Good morning. Welcome to Christ Church of Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Over the last couple years, I have recorded videos for Sunday in a lot of different places, but this is definitely the farthest away from Fort Thomas. As you can tell, I am not in Kentucky. I am in San Victor, Belize, currently right now, as we are working with partners on finishing up this community center. I'm standing on the balcony of that right now, and we're getting ready for a celebration of kind of a soft opening, so to speak, of the center. There's still work to be done, but there's also a lot that we can celebrate the progress. So at the end of the video today, I do have a tour that I did the other day, kind of while things were still not quite cleaned up yet, but kind of get a sense of what we're going to be having in the community center here once it's all completed. But did want to share a few reflections as we continue our look at the Sermon on the Mount. And so not only from here in Belize, but also from our mission team that is also working down in Northern Kentucky right now. So friends, I'm grateful that you're with us today, and pray that God meets you in a special way. So what we're going to start with is a reflection, not by one of the team members in Kentucky, but by a partner they're working with, a man by the name of Ryan Drake, who's the executive director of an organization called New Lease on Life. And he's going to be sharing about one of the people they've been, whose home that the Kentucky team's been working on. And in a sense, how the work of not just our team, but the other teams that have been doing the work down there are living out that beatitude of the blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And so you'll hear about the way that that's taken place.
Tell us about the first one.
Yeah, so the lady here on 2nd Street where you guys have been working this week, she is a retired Army veteran, served the country for about 24 years, and only retired because she had some injuries due to combat that forced her to retire, some back issues, stuff like that. But her daughter is her caretaker and is going to be living here with her, and also her granddaughter. So you can have 3 generations living under the same roof and kind of being able to share traditions and stuff. And on the night of the tornado, this lady was sitting she had taken shelter in her living room, and her neighbor's garage was actually lifted up off their house and slammed down on top of her while she was in her living room. So she suffered some injuries from that, but thank goodness none of them were extreme or life-threatening, but just very thankful that we've got people like this in our community that are choosing to stay here, and then we've got people that don't even know us that are, answering the call and coming to help. Folks like this that have given so much to our country in return. It's just an amazing experience. It's great to get to work with all the groups that are coming in, but it's extremely humbling to be able to help people like this that have just given so much to everybody else.
Yeah, thank you. Amen.
Thank you.
So that was a little bit of a reflection upon the beatitude about blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. But what about the other beatitude? Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. It is very tempting to be on a trip like this that I'm on, to be in a place like this, to come back with kind of a message like, being grateful for all that I have and the blessings that I have and so forth. And yes, there's truth to that. But there's something in this beatitude, and there's something different stirring in me with this trip. And it comes out of something that one of the writers in our guidebook for this series speaks of. Eberhard Arnold writes about poverty of spirit is also letting go of power. He writes this: it's hard to describe how all our own power must be stripped off us, how our own power must be dropped, dismantled, torn away, and put away. That this is not easily attained and doesn't happen through a single heroic decision, but must be done in us by God. This is the root of grace, the dismantling of our own power. Only to the degree that our own power is dismantled will God go on affecting the results of his spirit and the construction of his cause in us, through us, and among us, not otherwise. One of the realities of people who live in poverty, wherever it might be, is a recognition of the power or lack thereof that they have. They see the realities of power that others have in this world, and they know they don't have that. And I wonder if part of this beatitude, as Eberhard Arnold lifts up, is a message for each of us to recognize the power that we need to release and let go of. The recognition that yes, we have power, we have privilege, we have all kinds of things, and it is only by releasing that and allowing God's Spirit and God's power to come and to fill us that we can start to see the kingdom of heaven at work in us, through us, and among us. I have a lot of power. You have a lot of power. Regardless of our situations and lives, we have power. And it's easy to want to hold on to that. But maybe the kingdom of heaven comes when we finally let go of that. So that's what's stirring for me in the days that we've been here so far, and what we've seen, and conversations I've had with different folks. So be open to recognizing the power that you hold and the ways in which God may be calling you to let go of some of it, and eventually all of it, to be able to see the kingdom of heaven at work. Following this video, I'm going to be sharing a video, a little walkthrough of the community center that was done one of the first days we got here, just to kind of give a sense of the space. There's a lot of cleanup and moving things around that's been done since then. But just to give you a sense of all that's going to be there. God's at work here. And God's at work in Fort Thomas. But ultimately, let us be open to releasing the power we think we hold, to be open to God's power at work. Amen. So I'm going to share just a couple things with our young people here at the church today. There's been a little boy who's been running around the center as we've been working here this week. His name is Arliss. And cute little guy, just absolutely cute little guy. And the thing that was super fun for me, I've been working in what will be a computer lab, setting up computers here in the community center here in Belize. And Arliss came in at one point and found my multi-tool. Wasn't quite sure how to open it up, so he was fine with it, but he was using it and zooming it around like it was a car, which is really awesome and super fun to see. And then I saw him later playing like some imaginary games. It was really cute, but probably really unique, special moment for me was I had my camera out. My big camera that goes with me lots of different places. And Arliss didn't speak English, but he kept saying photo, photo. And I asked if he wanted me to take his photograph. And he said yes. And so you'll see the photograph of him up on the screen there that I took. But then he said, iPhoto. And so I helped him and held the camera around for him like this and held it for him. This is pretty heavy. And helped him to be able to take a photo of me, which you see on the screen right now. And it was super sweet. I loved it. But the reason I share this is because it reminded me of how we're not different. Arliss, yes, is here in San Victor, Belize, and he speaks a different language, and his skin is a different shade. But he's still just a kid. Making a little tool turn into a car, wanting to take a photograph and to have his own photograph taken. We're all the same, all created in the image of God that we all share together. So I'm grateful for this time with Arliss. I'm grateful for the time I'll be back with you. And so for you, our children, and for the community of Christ Church today, may you be open to God's work and God's Spirit in you, of recognizing how we are called to be people who help comfort those who mourn, and how we are called to let go of the power that we hold so that the power of God may be at work in us. Grace, peace, love, and joy be with you this day and every day. Amen. So this is the front of the community center here in San Victor, and I want to just give you a quick tour of the building so you can kind of get a sense of things. So right over here is the well that has been dug that I'll be honest, it's really amazing. Everything about this well was dug by, well, not by hand necessarily, but just by tools. This well, as you'll see, is about 30 feet deep right now and is going to be dug even deeper once the water level goes down a little bit. But all this was done by hand, essentially, and just by tools. There was no drill or anything else that was used for that. So, so here's the stairs on one side of the building. And you saw the ramp that is around the other side there at the back. You see that black tank back there. Underneath that is the septic tank that's been built and dug in there. And you kind of see it just right up top there. You can see just the top of it. That is the external water tank that the building's also got as well, that will be having water pumped up to it. So over here on the side is the access ramp for those who can't do the stairs. It is, just full disclosure, it is definitely not ADA compliant. It's a little bit steep for that, but it is still a ramp nonetheless. Also are populated by a fair number of little critters around here as well. So you'll see some of them along the way. Okay, so coming up to the top of the ramp here, these doors are going to be are very secure doors that will be on both sides, on that side of the building as well as where we just walked in. So just so you can kind of get a sense of where we are. That's the ramp on the one side of the building, and over here on the other side are the stairs that you saw when we were looking at the front. So up here, this is going to be both a classroom, a room for groups to meet, do classes, seminars, other kinds of things in here. This is the room that I will be working on a lot of the time. Going to be a computer center. See some of the computers there. And they added this little porch out here. So you can see out here, nice, beautiful, very comfortable hammock. Yes, I did already try it. But a wonderful little patio area here that kind of give you a sense of, or give one of the places for people if they wanted to smoke or something like that, or just to be able to meet outside and get a little bit of outdoor breeze as well. So I'm back out here in the hallway. That's the door that we came up. That's the door to the stairs, just kind of helping get you a sense of kind of where things are. This room is eventually going to be kind of a nursery type of room for people in San Victor to be able to have their kids in here while, so I open the door here. This room will be the sewing room. Out to the hallway there. So this is going to be an area where they're going to be teaching sewing classes and giving people an opportunity to, for sewing clothes to sell, so sew clothes for themselves. And then right up here is the access to the roof. That eventually there'll be a ladder here as well, but not quite yet. I really want to get up there yet, but I haven't done that so far. Now, so we're back to the end of this hallway. So that hallway straight ahead there, that's the hallway where we came up. So just kind of helping you stay navigated. We're gonna have an upstairs bathroom you see here. And then this room is one that's still not quite sure what it's going to be for. Talked to several different people who have several different ideas of what this room is going to be. So it might be a place for a little thrift shop. It might be also a place we've heard for like the city, like the community council to meet as well. This is the door into that same room right here. And then this room right here is going to be an office, potentially an office for the mayor of San Victor. So place for the mayor as well. And so we are back out here. So there's the computer lab. There's the door we came up. There's the conference room. And right here is going out to the staircase. So I'm gonna walk down the stairs and then I'll show you downstairs. So we are back out front.
Yes.
And I'm here with Armando Tech. Say hello, Armando.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Armando.
So yeah, we have stairs to get in as well as a ramp. Want everybody to be able to access the center. So as we walk in here, this is going to be the main kind of entry area, but also a place that can be used for kind of more reception type of stuff. Right now there's a lot of furniture, as you can see here. Oh, hello, puppy. Hello, friend. That has been donated and is going to eventually have its places here. And over in the corner is a statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Still not quite installed yet, but pretty close. Over here are several hammocks that are in process of being knitted together. They are absolutely gorgeous. And so you kind of see how big this room is here. And then we're going to walk around to the back here. And down this hallway, I know it's going to be a little bit dark. The electricity isn't fully working yet. This is going to be the kitchen. So you see some of the stuff that's in there already. There's going to be a refrigerator and an oven in here as well. So got some pieces in place and already a watermelon there, so that's great. We're not going to go in here, but this is the apartment for the security person who's going to be living at the community center and is already living there. And then this here, as you can see, is going to be a double bathroom. Eventually dividers will be put up for privacy. This one is going to be the women's bathroom, and then straight down at the back of the hall there is going to be the men's bathroom. So yeah, so that is just kind of a glimpse of the building thus far, and we will have more to share.